your position on the efficacy of hydroxychloroquine after you retweeted a video making claims that it is
I
effective?
wasn't making claims. It's recommendations of many other people, including doctors. Many doctors think it is extremely successful, the hydroxychloroquine, coupled with the zinc and perhaps the zithromycin. But many doctors think it's extremely good, and some people don't. Some people, I think it's become very political. I happen to believe in it. I would take it. As you know, I took it for a 14-day period, and I'm here, right? I'm here. I happen to think it works in the early stages. The frontline medical people believe that too. It's safe. It doesn't cause problems. I had no problem. I had absolutely no problem. Felt no different. Didn't feel good, bad, or indifferent. I tested, as you know. It didn't get me, and it's not going to hopefully hurt anybody. There was a group that were put on the internet, and for some reason the internet wanted to take them down and took them off. I guess Twitter took them off, and I think Facebook took them off. I don't know why. I think they're very respected doctors. There was a woman who was spectacular in her statements about it, that she's had tremendous success with it. And they took her voice off.
The woman that you said was a great doctor in that video that you retweeted last night said that masks don't work and there is a cure for COVID-19, both of which health experts say is not true. She's also made videos saying that doctors make medicine using DNA from aliens and that they're trying to create a vaccine to make you immune from becoming religious.
Well, maybe it's the same, maybe it's not, but I can tell you this. She was on air along with many other doctors. They were big fans of hydroxychloroquine, and I thought she was very impressive in the sense that from where she came, I don't know which country she comes from, but she said that she's had tremendous success with hundreds of different patients, and I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her.
Last week you said masks. Last week, real quick.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Oh my God.
And that was the end of the briefing. Jonathan Lemire, you were in the room. We saw you in that shot right there as the question was being asked. The doctor that the president is praising as, quote, spectacular, saying, I thought she was very impressive. We heard the reporter there saying some of the other claims made by the doctor. I will add to that, and I'm not being glib here, this is just something she believes, that gynecological problems are caused by having sex with demons and witches in your dreams. This is the doctor that the president is touting when he talks about hydroxychloroquine, talks about not wearing masks, which was also in that video. That's why it was pulled down. He was curious why, because she was spreading false information here. The President of the United States, again, leaning into hydroxychloroquine, and I can't help but think, Jonathan, what a colossal waste of time to spend a briefing talking about that when the problem is so big and there still is no national program, there's no national plan.
The president doubled and tripled down on this claim, with doctors offering, frankly, junk science that were immediately taken down from social media sites. Again, promoting the efficacy of hydroxychloroquine, which is dubious at best. A lot of studies suggest that it has not been helpful, but it comes, frankly, of a piece of what that entire briefing was yesterday. The president was in an extraordinarily defensive posture. The opening statements were about the Defense Production Act.
Hey, you listening? It's a little secret. There is no pivot. There is no new tone. There's no turning over a new leaf. No turning over a new leaf. Everyone, here's the secret. There's one Donald Trump, and he never changes. Do not get it twisted. This is a president who, even with almost 150,000 Americans dead, can't even stay on script to save American lives or his own political skin, which is what he really cares about. Let's just be honest. That's what he cares about. He just cannot do it because this is Donald Trump we're talking about, and who we have been talking about for the last 5 years or so. The latest example, continuing to push an unproven drug, even though multiple studies, the latest, just last week, those studies find that hydroxychloroquine, or as he calls it, hydroxy for short, right? Or his apologist, hydroxy. It doesn't help coronavirus patients, and it may lead to unusual heart rhythms. But none of that matters to this president. who last night retweeted a video that his son, Donald Trump Jr., also thought was totally awesome, featuring a group of doctors saying hydroxychloroquine, which the president loves to promote against medical advice, is a cure. That video was removed by Facebook, by Twitter, and YouTube for pushing false and misleading claims. But I'm going to show you part of it to you, okay? So that you can see how the president calls, who the president, I should say, calls an impressive, important voice on this deadly pandemic. Roll it.
I came here to Washington, D.C. to tell America, nobody needs to get sick. This virus has a cure. It is called hydroxychloroquine, zinc, and Zithromax. I know people want to talk about masks. Hello? You don't need mask. There is a cure.
I love her accent, though. It's a beautiful, beautiful accent. So who is this president listening to in Twitter videos while he disregards Dr. Anthony Fauci on this question? Well, I will let Caitlin Collins tell you. Here it is.
The woman that you said is a great doctor in that video that you retweeted last night said that masks don't work and there is a cure for COVID-19, both of which health experts say is not true. She's also made videos saying that doctors make medicine using DNA from aliens and that they're trying to create a vaccine to make you immune from becoming religious.
Well, maybe it's the same, maybe it's not, but I can tell you this. She was on air along with many other doctors. They were big fans of hydroxychloroquine, and I thought she was very impressive in the sense that from where she came, I don't know which country she comes from, but she said that she's had tremendous success with hundreds of different patients, and I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her.
Last week you said
Go ahead.
last week, well, real quick, last
Okay,
week you said
thank you
masks
very much,
would
everybody,
protect
thank
you.
you.
You said masks do work, Mr. President, so is that
Oh, didn't like that. So he left, right? Maybe it's the same, maybe it's not. I don't know what that meant in that answer, but he said he didn't, I don't know anything about her. Well, I know something about her, okay? She believes that demons and witches cause medical problems when they have nighttime dream sex with humans.
It's what we call astral sex. That means this person is not really a demon or Nephilim. It's just a human being that's a witch. And they astral project and sleep with people.
Yep. Very impressive. The one who also says this.
We had a lady right here. She was sitting right there. She had been fantasizing about one of the movie stars. When she came to deliverance ground, during prayer, she started screaming. Her stomach was full, was pregnant. She started screaming. She was tearing off her clothes. She was screaming and screaming like she was in labor. And she said, this thing came out of me. Her stomach deflated. Right here. Real life.
Wow. I was just having a flashback. Reagan and The Exorcist. Huh. So let me play the president again. That is probably the most Donald Trump thing ever. Important voice. I know nothing about her. I know nothing. And after saying that, the president walks off. But he left us with something else from that briefing, a clue as to why he is listening to the doctor who believes in demon sperm. I can't believe I never thought I would say that. I never thought I would say demon sperm on international television. But anyway, why he believes in the doctor who talks about demon sperm over the top epidemiologist in the country, and that is Dr. Anthony Fauci. Why he is desperate to find someone to tell him he is right, no matter who it is.
And he's got this high